How do you recognise a potential terrorist? What are the signs to look out for? Well, child protection agencies are saying that kids who question the actions of their government may be extremists. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Safeguarding Children Board in Camden, North London, have been advising parents on the signs to look out for if they suspect their child is a raving extremist lunatic. The leaflet advises parents to look out for secretive behaviour or losing interest in previous activities or friendships. But what really struck a chord was the warning of kids who show a mistrust towards mainstream media or a belief in conspiracy theories, and appearing angry towards government policies, especially foreign policy. What the hell does that mean? I'm strongly opposed to airstrikes on Syria just approved by our government. Does that make me a terrorist? Well, if you're asking David Cameron. Meanwhile, across the channel at the 2015 United Nations Climate Change Conference, protesters were arrested by undercover police for voicing their grievances towards the activities of corporate energy companies. French authorities also placed 24 activists under house arrest before the conference, using the state of emergency declared in France after the Paris attacks. Apparently, climate change activists are now classed as terrorists. Dissenters such as Amnesty International have accused the French government of abusing their state of emergency powers, claiming the event has been taken over by corporate interest and the action taken was an attack on the right to demonstrate. And just to top it all off, Joël Domenjou, a member of the legal team for the coalition of protesters, was put under house arrest as well, an act condemned by France's Human Rights League. Are you starting to fit the bill of a terrorist yet? Speaking of terrorists, MPs who voted in favour of bombing Syria have received an absolute shitstorm online from protesters. The same MPs are outraged, stating that this was unacceptable as they should be allowed to vote as they see fit. Meanwhile, protesters argued that they didn't represent their constituents' views. Tory MP Lucy Allen clearly felt left out from all of the fun, so she took it upon herself to join in when it became apparent that she'd added the line "unless you die" onto the end of an email from a constituent, then posted it online and claimed it as a death threat. Bar the embarrassment of her gaffe being caught out, she's faced no kind of reprimand. So it seems it's fine to incite trouble if you're an MP, but not if you're a climate change activist? But hold up, these are totally unrelated events. What the hell have they got to do with each other? Well, fundamentally, it's about freedom of speech. Parents are being put on watch for anti-establishment thought, whilst protesters in Paris are being arrested for that very style of thinking. Meanwhile, an MP doctors an email from a constituent for political brownie points, and she faces nothing other than internet scorn. What we're allowed to challenge seems under threat. It appears you're more than welcome to break the rules if it toes the line of a government-backed war, whereas if you challenge the powers that be, you've got another thing coming. This shit matters a hell of a lot to people like me. Freedom of speech and the right to criticise from whatever angle or stance you want are privileges that this entirely relies on. With the impending upgrade on the Snoopers Charter, an upgrade on the spying that our government does on our online activities, you've got to ask, where's it going to stop? China, where you can be locked up for speaking out against the government? Or maybe even Saudi Arabia, where it's punishable by death? What kind of censorship do we have to